Howdy folks, welcome to episode 13. Today we are going to do a new start on, that looks like it's the place we want to head to. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So yeah, we are doing a new start on Omicron. And yeah, so a few people have asked about that and why I keep restarting. And so I guess not everybody has been watching the whole time. But anyway, yeah, I am restarting basically to show the beginning of the game, and I'm goofing off until the updates hit the stable branch. There we go. So yeah, that's the plan here, and let's see, we can put this stuff on the hotbar, and it's over here. And there's a bunch of rocks over here, and let's grab that too. Grab stuff while we're on their way there. Is that a no, it's not a magnesium rock. Okay, it looked like one. All right, so yeah, but anyway, what we're gonna do is we're going to be doing the starting sequence for the game, and I can turn off the hints again. But yeah, we're gonna be doing the starting sequence for the game because they're working on that. That's basically what they're doing. And so the experimental branch is, I think the idea is they want us to test that too. And so that's part of what we're doing as well. We're going through the parts that are being changed the most so that we can, test them and check them out and stuff. And so I'm trying all the different starts on the different planets and all that. It scared me for a second there. It was just my T spamming thing. Okay, so, and people have mentioned an ATM. This is not an ATM. This is just one of those deco consoles. Inside these thingies, they have like a deco console, but it's not an ATM, just an FYI. And let's see here. I don't need radiation pills. Okay, so I'm going to want to set this thing down and get some stuff going. And so we'll do that. And let's see. We'll get this oxygen thingy. And so for those of you who haven't seen it, this is the new start. The idea is that you will be starting with near a shack or whatever, I guess, and you now have all of that stuff, basically a rudimentary shelter. There looks like, yeah, there's some stuff over this way. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff over this way. So we're going to head towards that big rock. There we go. We're going to head over this way and start drilling up the rocks. And so the other new thing they've added, and grab these coffee beans while we're at it. But yeah, the other new thing they've added is the drilling of rocks. And so instead of going to a deposit to drill it out, you can actually just go to this, and we need to reload it too. But yeah, you can just do resource mining, they call it. And here we go. So yeah, you can do resource mining or stone removal. And so the stone removal allows you to take on these little stones, and I actually tried one of these bigger ones, and I spent like a minute and a half or whatever and it never went anywhere. So I'm assuming that you can't do those, the big ones, but we'll try all these various smaller rocks, and we'll see what we can get out of here. And the other thing is, like last time when I was on Akua doing that, I noticed in one of the replays that I actually missed a chunk of copper that I had drilled up. And so I guess you do have to watch, because some of that stuff will just spawn and shoot through you or whatever, or jump right past you and that kind of thing. So, but let's get a bunch of this stuff. And so yeah, the idea is, instead of going to a big resource deposit and having to do that, you can just run around and get all of these. And the other way to get resources at the start is through the what they call civilian POIs, and I'm not sure if they're going to keep those like that forever, if that's going to change where they're going to be inhabited or anything. And I assume that they're going to be doing something like that eventually. And so I don't know what... honestly, I don't know what their ultimate idea is. I don't think anybody knows what the ultimate idea is behind the starting sequence, whether it's going to be similar to this or what, and whether basically with, you know, after Alpha 6 comes out, they're done with that and they're going to start doing mid-game stuff instead. Because the one thing with this is that even after they flesh this out, and we'll see how it turns out, I can see some various possibilities where it would be really cool, where it'd be a fun start and everything. And I honestly, when I first saw this rock mining thing, I didn't think it would be that great of an idea, but it does get you out and about and moving around, and it's definitely an improvement over the giant things, the giant the giant deposits that were like, you know, 5,000 or whatever, because even when you didn't even need all of it, it's just people are completionists and want to do the whole thing. So it turned out to like encourage grinding even though it wasn't necessary. And the civilian POIs are interesting in that you can still loot and everything like that, and you can also take them apart to get minerals and and your components and all that stuff to build with. But I'm not sure, like I said, if they're going to leave that. And this is the newest mechanic, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to give this a try in this... Where's my survivor's camp? It's getting farther away. But yeah, we're going to give this a try this time and not just go straight for a civilian POI, and we're going to try to do I guess I could call it legit, but honestly I don't think the civilian POIs are not legit, but I think you guys know what I mean. Is we're going to try to do this kind of a start. So, let's see. And it looks like we've got a big field of these. Cool. So, yeah, I am going to... Let's see how much of this... I only got 8 silicon out of all of that stuff? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to run around and grab a bunch of these and see how much I can get, and probably fast forward through that because I don't think I have much else to yap about, much more chin wagging to do. So I will let you guys know when I've caught up with some of this. Alright guys, we're back, and I had to come back to get some oxygen, and so we'll grab some of that from our oxygen generator here. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, we've got some here, and let me fill back up on this, and I think it works faster from the thing, from the hotbar. And so, yeah. Let's see if we can take out the survival constructor here, and we can probably build some stuff. Let's see what level we are. Level 3. So let me see what oxygen generator we can unlock. So we need that, and so we're gonna go put that down on some water. And I think we already have an oxygen dispenser there, and I should probably eat some food here too. So we're gonna do this and this, put all this stuff in the fridge, and I grabbed coffee beans partly because I wanted to be able to get the XP, and also because I actually use the coffee if I'm running around. I will want to use the coffee anyway. And so what we want to make is an oxygen generator. Why can't this make an oxygen generator? Really? Okay, well, I guess we need to make computers and all that stuff. So we're going to get this going first, and we're going to turn this on. And let's see, we're just going to tell it to make 100, because that's going to be like 1,000 or whatever if that actually queues up. So yeah, we can get these made and probably get some winter computers, control devices, medical. Okay, we're just going to do 10 of each of these because, yeah, because they need to, basically, yeah, you just need to make those. So I'm going to get those going, and let's see what else we can find out here. And you know, the other thing I'd forgotten about that I should mention is that you can drill with your drone. And so if you find yourself among a bunch of rocks or whatever, what you can do, and there's some over there, is that right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, if you find yourself among a bunch of rocks, instead of actually, you know, running around and using up all your stamina and your oxygen and all that in order to do that, in order to mine them, what you can do is you can use your drone and save yourself some of the extra food and everything, because you actually do use more food and oxygen, or at least you used to when I tested it out. I don't remember if the food increased or not, food usage increased or not, but I know the oxygen did when you were running and stuff. And so this is a way to save that, some of that anyway. And yeah, it would be kind of nice if those bigger rocks would work too, but we can do this. And I guess we're going to have to go that far anyway. But yeah, we're going to get some more of this stuff and probably do that until it's dark. And then I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do while it's dark. I'm probably just going to have to craft a bunch of stuff, because yeah, it's not going to be interesting to record anything while it's dark, running around and stuff, because you can't see anything. So yeah, there's nothing to watch. It's really boring, and they have not fixed, I guess they're working on the rendering engine or something like that, and so basically they're tweaking the way it renders and everything, and so they changed it and it made everything dark again. And so I hope every time they do that they end up fixing it later, but I'm hoping they'll do that soon, because it makes it a real pain. Right now you can't even fix it by adjusting the YAML file, which you used to be able to do. But yeah, right now it's like it gets dark and it's just ridiculously you know, can't see your hand in front of your face, dark and that kind of thing, and even the lights are like toned down or something. But anyway, I'm going to get some more of these rocks, and we will do that until the sun goes down, which is actually going to be very soon. And I will meet you guys back at base in just a minute. Alright guys, we are back at base, and I just filled up the fuel and put the one oxygen bottle that I got into the oxygen thingy, and so hopefully that will let us breathe overnight while this is going. And yeah, it is making ingots here, and yeah, okay, we don't need neodymium. We do need, I should do some of those. Okay, so I'm gonna let those run, and I'm gonna see what kind of power we have here. We're going to turn it on, and how much that gives us? 22 minutes. Wow. Okay. And yeah, that gives us 22 minutes of power, and I've only got the other fuel pack left, and I want to save that for oxygen generation. So yeah, that's going to be kind of interesting. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go out here, and we're going to set stuff. Oh, you know what? I can't actually do that from there, can I? Can I reach it without stepping outside? Yeah, I think I can. I think I can. I am still... No, right there. O2. Nope. Okay, so I guess I'll need to move it if I want to do that. But I'm going to let these finish up. Let's see. That should be not too much longer. So I'm going to let those finish up, and hopefully we can get a whatchamacallit made. A large constructor. So I need cables, motors. So I need motors and pipes and computers are the things that I need. I need 2 motors. And yeah, that's going to be all those. And pipes and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to let this craft, and hopefully we don't run out of hopefully we don't run out of oxygen and all that stuff in the meantime. So yeah, I will be back in just a minute when this is caught up on crafting. Alright guys, we are back. I've got a large constructor in the works here, and so I can take all this stuff into my inventory, because as soon as we get our large constructor here, we're going to pick this thing up, and we're going to put the large constructor somewhere around the base here, and hopefully we don't get like a a thingy coming to shoot us up, drone or whatever. Come on. But yeah, we're going to put our eggs in this basket and see what happens. There we go. Okay, so let's put our large constructor down here. This looks like a good place for that, I think. There we go. That works. Okay. And so, yeah, we're going to go back in here, and because we can craft from in here. And let's see. Large constructor. Here we go. We're going to put all this stuff in here. There we go. And yeah, so what I want to do is I actually have 150, 120. I should be able to make a hover vessel. And so the other thing I needed to make quickly was an oxygen generator. And I probably need to make an oxygen dispenser. So let's find the oxygen station. We're going to use points on that. And we're going to see what else we might need. And actually, I am going to forego the assault rifle. That's 6 points. Let me see what we need for a hover vessel. We need a generator. 3, 6, 8, 10, 14, and we need engines. Where's the engines? And 4 is 18. And I think that will give us a functional, so that and that, and an RCS, and a thruster, and a hover engine, and a cockpit. And that leaves us with 1 point. And so that will let us make a hovercraft. And so, yeah, we're going to see if we can make one in this large constructor. Now we've got this too. And so I need to go put that down as well. But I'm going to get this stuff crafting first. So we need... Do we have a core? I think we have a core. So we need a generator, fuel tank, a cockpit... Let's see, let's start with a hover engine. Let's start with 2 hover engines and a thruster and an RCS, and we'll see where we can go from there, because yeah, you can actually get away with using fewer of the hover engines and stuff and the thrusters. So we're going to put the core in here. And we're going to tell it we also need a hovercraft starter. And we're going to let that run. And while that's happening, I'm going to, let's see. We need to find some water that's very close by, like right here. So that's off to our right. So apparently there's water right next to us. Yeah, cool, that works. Okay, cool. And we can put our energy in there, and I'm really hoping this thing will actually run long enough I'm really hoping this thing will run long enough to get our parts made before it runs out. We have 1 minute of power left. I don't think it's going to do it. I don't think it's going to get there. So I'm going to have to actually go find promethium to power our base in order to get this stuff built. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that determines that. And yeah, that's going to be an adventure. So I think, yeah, let me see. Let's see how far we can get on this. It's saying 1 minute. Current consumption, fuel 7. There we go. There's our countdown there. See how much of this we can get built. And I don't think it's going to do what we want it to do. I don't know. Yeah, the starter, that's too bad because the starter is what we needed to even get started building. But yeah, I don't think it's going to make it all the way through. That's too bad because I wanted to... Let me check the ammo box. There's some bullets, and that's just the personal cargo box. And the fuel tank generator, yeah. Yeah, that's too bad. Alright, we're going to let it run down, and we're going to see what we get. It's down to 2. Oh man, it's so close too. So I need to go find promethium. I'm going to need to go find a source of promethium on this planet. And so that's going to either be a node or it's going to be one of those rocks in the lake type thing. And so I think that's what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go over here. We're going to call it water. And we're going to have to go over to the water and see if we can find any of those promethium rocks in or under the water thing so that we can get yeah, so that we can get our thing. And yeah, it's not done. Alright, and I think we're gonna do that in episode 2 because we are out of time for today. So yeah, join me, not episode 2, episode 14. But episode 2 of this little sequence, and I think I'm going to wait for morning anyway so that we can get some oxygen built up here as well. And yeah, I'm going to wait for morning. So yeah, join me in episode 14. We will go run over to this thing and see if we can find some promethium and then get our hovercraft built. So join me in 14 and we will see you then. Later.